Hello, everybody, and welcome to Heroes Graveyard. How are you guys doing today?
I'm excited.
Doing great.
I'm doing good.
Those of you that are watching, you might notice a little bit of differences here. We're missing a Torlak. We're missing a Drakfin. Drakfin's dead. He's not coming back. Yeah. Torlak is alive, but is not going to be with us today because Torlak has problems. And we're going to see what those are. And this is our new player, Lauren, also known as Oboe Crazy, who will be joining us in a little bit in-game. And before we launch into that game, how's everyone's week been?
It's been good. I ran a session today. I'm running a Stars Without Number campaign. My party stole a ship last session, so I was mapping out what's on it. And I discovered that in the revised edition, they have luxury cabins as an option you can fit onto a ship. And it makes 10% of all the cabins in the ship really, really nice, which rounds up to 1 for this ship. So I thought, ooh, I need to put that on there because that's going to cause a fight among my players. And I want to see that.
Having nice cabins?
One person got a very nice cabin. Everyone else had to, yeah.
So what qualifies for a very nice cabin?
It had 0G athletic courts, fountains, fine dining options, and arts throughout it. That's just the standard issue stuff. That's what comes in all of them. It also they all have their own personal flair. Wow. It takes up 40 tons of cargo space, so it had better be a nice cabin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cabin.
Yeah.
I'd fight for that.
Yeah, no, there was like a good hour and a half spent arguing on that. So I call that a successful session.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Did they Rochambeau for it? How'd they figure it out?
One person basically just took it and said it was his and then locked the door.
Just walk in and shut the door, lock it. This is my cabin now. Everyone will stay out.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so where did we leave off? What happened last week? When we know we know Drakfin's dead. He died to... I'm not really sure what his cause of death was. I mean, immediately it was a ghost draining his life away. But it also maybe was a fireball spell, or maybe a couple of puppets or dolls. I'm not sure.
He blew himself up with a fireball initially.
No.
I don't think he died to his own fireball, or maybe he
downed himself with his fireball.
I see. Then, very heroic of him.
Yeah.
Brave man.
I think he even passed the saving throw too, and he still went down, but he gave it his best shot.
Wonderful.
He will be missed.
Yeah. Yep. So Drakfin's dead. You guys have all taken a much needed long rest after you buried his body outside. Did you burn his body?
Yeah, I think we wound up burning it because we grabbed shovels and then Devo fireballed him.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So you burn his body and you go to rest and take a nice long rest. And this is where we're going to switch perspectives here. We're going to start off with, butchered your name twice, I'm going to get it right a third time, Solandis.
There you go.
All right. Solandis. What should we tell people about you, or should we just let them figure it out on their own?
Well, whatever you would like, Neil.
So you wake up on the ground of a tower on the floor, and you're looking up towards the ceiling. You're kind of wet a little bit, like your back and everything, but you still have your armor and your shield and your mace, and you're sort of foggy memoried and not really clear on where you are or when you are.
Side note, are we still asleep when this happens?
You guys are asleep when this
I set an alarm up on the first to second floor staircase.
Perfect. Thank you for reminding me.
And I'm wet.
Yeah, there's like water on you. And you're inside.
My armor's gonna get all rusted. It's gonna take hours to clean. And there's nobody around. There's nothing else. I'm just wet on the floor.
Just wet on the floor by yourself. Yep.
So the last thing I remember is attacking the betrayer wizard
Mhm.
and then this happened. Do I have an idea of how much time has passed? Exactly?
Not exactly. It's decades, centuries. It's been a long time.
Okay.
And it's all just sort of like a foggy, hazy, sort of long time.
All right. And how do I feel?
Well rested, I think is the only appropriate answer to that.
I had a very long nap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I should see whether he's still here, whether anybody's around, and I'll kind of gather myself. I'll just deal with the wet armor because it probably stinks, and I will head up the stairs.
Perfect. You should see a map with your character on it.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. Excellent. So as you are heading towards the staircase, why don't you describe for all of us who your character is, what they look like, what they have, what their abilities are.
I apparently cannot move my character.
I will fix that.
While you fix that, Solenn Makor is a dragonborn cleric. She is very large. She's wearing heavy plate armor. She's got a big giant shield that kind of glows a little bit that's got the symbol to Bahamut on it. She's got a big mace that looks like it's had some wear. She's a silver dragonborn, so she's not too happy about the water, but she'll deal. And she's gonna trundle up those stairs, making more noise than she feels comfortable with, considering the last time she made this much noise, she got caught. So she's not really trying to sneak because it's heavy armor and that's gonna make a lot of noise. So she's just marching up the stairs, kind of keeping an eye on things.
Excellent. You should be able to use your token now.
And yeah, my token is of a gold dragonborn, but hey, ignore that. That's it's.
You go up that spiral staircase into the room to the right. You're gonna have to scroll over.
Yep.
And head on up and come to a room with a magic circle inscribed on the ground, mirrors placed against the walls, a small table filled with all sorts of writings, and a bookshelf with a few trinkets on it.
I'll kind of poke my head in, and is this the this teleportation circle?
This is the last room that you remember.
Okay.
Except you remembered coming down from the ground floor instead of up from the basement.
Okay, and this is where I saw this is where I saw Dandrin and the elven.
Yes.
The elven sorceress. Okay.
Yes.
I'll kind of poke my head in, but I know it's been forever. And I'll look around, but I don't see anybody, so I'll keep heading upstairs.
All right, you get to the ground floor of a tower. You can see outside the sun is slowly beginning to rise. The sky is getting slightly lighter out there. And I'm actually have to drag you to this, except the two of you aren't here. Two of you are somewhere else. I'll look at you.
All right. And when I look around, so I guess doors are open, and does this place look like it's been inhabited recently? Does it look like there have been people in here, or has it been centuries of disuse?
There are signs of recent movement, but there's also signs of it being abandoned for a long period of time. So you'll see, like there's a couch with a lot of dust on it, but then there's like one butt spot on the couch where someone once tried to sit. Except not actually on the couch, but the barrels nearby have dust on them, except for where somebody was sitting once upon a time, sort of thing.
Okay. And if I go over and examine the butt print and the dust, can I tell how long ago someone was here, sitting and dusting?
This particular area, why don't you give me an investigation check?
Sure.
Just scout out the whole of the room and see what you find.
I should be able to just click on investigation. Oh yeah, I have a -1 on that. This is gonna be exciting. Come on.
Who cares how long people have been here or not been here? When is here? Who cares about these details? They're not even important.
Well, looks like a nice butt. Okay. I'll kind of look outside and then. Well, I guess I should be thorough, even though I don't think anyone's here anymore. And I'll head up the stairs again and continue searching just in case Dandrin is still here.
Yeah, so you start walking up those stairs, and all of a sudden there's bells. There's kind of like bong, bong, bong. That echoes through the whole of everything, waking up Devo and Quincy.
That's the worst alarm ever of all time.
Oh my god, we're under attack! Quincy, ready yourself!
I already am, and he has like his bow at the ready and the arrow knocked.
Wonderful.
I shout down, beware! You face a mighty wizard and an archer! Turn away now, lest you face our wrath!
Does that sound like Dandrin?
Does not sound like Dandrin. Sounds like a gnome.
Okay, alright. I just want to make sure. Do I have to?
Yes, if you're evil!
No, of course I'm not evil. I'm a cleric of Bahamut. I'm here to destroy evil.
Oh! That's very lucky!
Well, this
Are you a
changes the
dragon?
story immensely.
I'm a dragonborn.
Ah, yes! Gwine's portal spoke of your coming! Then
Ooh.
come!
Okay. And I'll keep walking up the stairs.
You ascend a few stairs until you come into a library. And there's these two strange people. Devo, would you introduce yourself one more time for all of us, visually?
Sure. Hello, I'm Devo Fizzlesnap. I'm wearing some sort of, I'm wearing a wizard outfit, which looks just a little bit more, less wizard, more kind of robe cult type deal. And I'm a gnome.
All right.
It is very nice to meet you.
And adjacent to Devo is Quincy, who looks like...
He looks pretty average in terms of his physical like characteristics. He's got a pretty straight face, like short black hair. Let's see, he has a longbow that he carries, and he's covered in a chainmail with like a metal coif going over his head. That's how you pronounce that. He looks pretty standard for the most part. He doesn't look too. You wouldn't look at him twice.
It is nice to meet the both of you. I am Solenn Makor at your service.
Ah, excellent. Although now I have to start fearing my death. Because Gwine's portal spoke to me about how the friendly dragon will herald in importance of my demise. But don't worry, I'm sure I can avoid those.
I'm not a dragon. I'm dragonborn. I kind of look like a dragon, but I'm people get that
You
wrong
are
all the time.
definitely a dragon.
I wish. That'd be really nice. It'd be a lot easier. Maybe I could have killed Dandrin when I had the chance, but no.
Don't mind Devo. He's a little bit on the unstable side. I've been traveling with him for a while.
Oh no, unstable and genius are often misinterpreted.
He keeps going on about this Gwine's portal thing. Nobody really understands it but him. Just allow him his strange ramblings. He means no offense.
That's okay. I was the only one in my community who really prayed to Bahamut, so there were a lot of people who didn't understand me either. So I kind of get that. What are you doing in this tower? Are you also hunting Dandrin?
We were more looking to loot Dandrin's grave was the goal.
We are hunting his knowledge.
I would like.
Speaking of which, I got all this great library materials. We're going to spend the day studying. Hey, you know how to read this stuff?
If it's in common, draconic, or undercommon, sure, but I'm not much of a reader. I'm more of a show up and heal people and hit people over the head with my mace. That's why I was sent here in the first place.
It's at this point that you're looking around, you're noticing that Torlak isn't here. Torlak is physically gone from your surroundings.
Devo, what happened to Torlak?
Well, hopefully, all that happened is it went upstairs. Because he certainly couldn't have gone downstairs due to the brilliant alarm spell that I cast.
I figured your alarm spell would be you can set people that don't trigger it, and considering you might want to go outside at night to relieve yourself, that you allow the three of you to travel back and forth.
Would I, with my alert feed, have noticed Torlak leaving at any point?
Why don't you give me a perception check while you were all resting and sleeping?
Yeah, perception.
If only I'd remembered to make sure that alarm went off for friendlies,
12.
too. Then I would know.
Yeah, you know what? At some point in the night, maybe not each one of you, Torlak had to get up and mumbled something about, must go make water, and grumbled to himself, and then, you're kind of asleep, someone near you wakes up.
I probably figured it was, going out to use the bathroom. How do you make water?
Yeah.
Who are you looking for?
We had a half-orc companion. My memory is hazy. I've already forgotten what they look like.
Big!
Yes, very big. Half-orc, right? I'm not wrong about the half-orc part?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Well, I just came from the lowest level, and I did not see anyone until I saw you. So if your friend...
Wait, how did you get in the lowest level? We explored there. Did you come from front of the tower?
No, when I was here, what was probably a very long time ago, I was sent to kill, or at least try to find Danjan Dreadnought. We thought that he was betraying us, and it turns out that he was. And when I was trying to apprehend him, he caught me first, and I was placed in some sort of wet stasis. Does anyone have a towel?
Are you the one who was in that crystal downstairs?
Well, I guess. It's not crystal anymore. It's just a puddle.
Did that look familiar at all? Could we see a dragonborn in the crystal?
There was just a gloved hand that could be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this guy's hand.
There's a glove on at least one of the hands.
Oh. Wow.
And she'll look at you. She'll look at you and be like, I was kind of conscious for most of that. I was kind of put in stasis.
Oh, so you saw our epic battle against those spider creatures then?
Did I?
I don't know. There was weird noises. You were in stasis for centuries. It's all blurry.
Yeah. Listen, the reception in that crystal is really bad. I don't get really good Wi-Fi, so I'm really sorry. I'm sure it was amazing, though.
I'll regale you with the tale.
I would love to hear it. But for now, shouldn't we look for your friend?
Yes, I'll go outside. Devo, you should probably make sure it really was the crystal that our friend here came from. I believe we've cleared the basement out to your satisfaction.
Yeah. I'll check upstairs and I'll check downstairs.
Sure.
I'll go with the gnome and follow him around and be like, so, the towel? You don't have a towel? My armor's gonna start to stink.
I think upstairs there were some bedrooms. There might be some towels there.
Okay, all right. I'll steal something.
You can find a towel equivalent, no problem.
Towel adjacent?
Yeah. So you start looking around at things, and very quickly, when you're upstairs poking around, you notice through the windows it is dawn. The sun is coming up, but there is a haze that kind of pervades the area. You're up now on top of these mountains, and even up here you can still see this sort of odd haze everywhere.
I don't think I'm fully woken up yet. Oh.
No, that's just the haze that forebolds all the doom and gloom that's coming.
Doom and gloom?
Yeah, haze is never good, and I would know. This is the start of some trouble.
Start of some trouble indeed. Can you guys make me perception checks?
Sure.
The whole of the party. Anyone that has a view to the outside.
Oh yeah, I make that perception check real good.
All right, so Quincy, you're the first one to notice this. You said you were walking outside, right?
Yeah, I probably go up to the door and notice it there.
See, this is why you've got such a good view, is that you're outside and you can see that kind of surrounding the area that you're in, there is a geodesic sort of dome. I guess it's like a trapezoidal dome that has popped up into existence in the sky and comes to like, the points come up and then it comes to like a flat area on top, and there's not so much a shimmer between it, but there's clearly like a layering of fog or a layering of haze that's pushing up from the inside against this some sort of transparent surface, and it stretches for miles. Not 48 feet, but miles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As in literally that map?
The areas that are grayed out is the shape of the geodesic dome.
Okay.
Wow.
Trapezoidal dome.
Huh. Well, that's not ideal. Devo, do you know anything about this?
Yes, we are doomed!
Can we not be doomed? I mean, I've only been awake for like 30 minutes. Can we at least wait a little longer before I get doomed again? I've already been doomed once this lifetime.
Well, I'm gonna have to do some very quick research as to what is going on here. Hopefully the books in here will tell us how.
Do I recognize this from my encounters with?
Ooh, this is something new.
Okay.
Well, good. I'm glad that you're smart and you can try to figure this out.
Well, you can help me out. If you were frozen in stasis, maybe you can read these books. You're a cleric, right? Weren't you taught how to read these things?
Well, I can read, of course. I'm not necessarily the most studious, but I'm happy to help wherever I can.
All right, well, you get started. Tell me what these books all say while I start learning how to read these books.
The gnome casually waves at an entire library filled with books. You estimate it would take you a few years to read them all.
Just tell me the important stuff, like what's on the covers.
Okay.
Are the books in alphabetical order? Are they color coded?
There is some sort of sorting system to the books, definitely. Why don't you give me an investigation check to see if you can make out the Mad Wizard's sorting system and library format?
This can only go well. Investigation.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Did it?
hey!
Ooh.
Despite my -1, that would be a natural 20. So I'm gonna take a drink. So that'd be a 19.
Yes. It's very clearly... Now I have to figure out how the books are sorted. Thanks, guys. Thanks. The books are very clearly sorted into 3 categories. There are like books on magic, but they seem to be like outside viewers' opinions. It almost looks like not like books written about magic by non-spellcasters who don't know what they're doing or who are like writing for the layman. There are books on history subjects. And then there are books on like childcare, child rearing, and like children's books that you would read to your child, including some pop-up books, pop-up castles, pop-up monsters. There's one book that you open it and each section has like a little monster that comes up, and then there's like a little description about what the monster is, and it's got like comically oversized or undersized weapons and weird faces and little foldy flappy thingies.
Do I recognize most of the monsters in there, or has it been so long that I've been asleep that suddenly, like...
No, you can recognize some monsters
Okay,
in here.
all right.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll put that back then. I'll take a quick skim through the spines of the history books and see if I recognize anything that might be either recent history or something about Dandrin that might be useful.
Yeah, you're looking through these books, and most of the titles, or as you're paging through them, there are names of places that sound familiar, but then you're like, crap, where is that? I know I've heard that name before, but where is it? You know? Like, it's just that sort of name that you know you've heard 1,000 times, but it's all foggy memory for you.
Tip of the tongue kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in the Magic for Dummies section, do I see anything about large trapezoidal shapes?
Nope.
Alright.
And as you flip through that, you notice there are like notes in the margins that are probably Dandrin's notes in the margins, and he'll like circle something that's clearly like that's not how magic works. Like in a section that's talking about fireball, it's talking about how the fireball, if it's an area or in an area with like this sort of atmosphere, it can theoretically expand forever and take over the whole world. And you're like, that's not how magic fireballs work. And it's clearly like circled with some scribble in the margins. Like, do people really believe this? Yeah.
But no books like maybe written by Dandrin or...
On the desk, there are a few books that look like they might be written by him. They're open, as if someone was just working in them recently, and they are journal records of caring for an undead child, something like that. It's his own thoughts and musings on how do you properly raise a child when they don't age and they're undead and they can phase through walls and their touch kills things.
Man, I knew that this guy was gonna be trouble when he was working with that elven sorceress, but he's apparently also taking care of a lich child. Have you guys seen an undead child around here anywhere?
Oh, yes. We lost one of our companions to her. And then we killed her.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Yes, it was very sad.
Is I guess I should ask. I might be a little preoccupied just because that was the last thing I was trying to do. Is Dandrin still alive?
Well, we didn't kill Dandrin, but you are from a few thousand years ago, is that right?
Well, I don't know. What year is it?
It's...
Sorry.
Whatever year the Forgotten Realms stuff takes place in.
It's in year... And what's the year that I remember being frozen? Or do I remember that year?
No, not particularly. And as they're talking about places that they've been to, or, you know, if it comes up in conversation and they're like, we're from the Sword Coast, you're not familiar with this region, actually, this part of the world. You're somewhere altogether new.
Okay.
I don't know how long exactly I was frozen in there, and my brain seems to be a little fuzzy on the details, so... But
Well, you are an astonishing discovery, and actually part of why we came to this tower. The late Drakvin would be very amazed by your discovery, and I'm sure he would grill you about all the places you've been, all the things you've seen, because we need to figure out where you come from, because then we can figure out where this place comes from.
I'm from this place. This island is my home.
Oh, very good. So what was this island like back in your day? Was there this city in the center? I point out ruin on a map.
Was there?
There was a city in the center. You sort of like, yeah, that sounds familiar. There was mountains, and you can look outside, and you're like, yeah, this looks like home. And there used to be, oh my god, where are all the cities? Where? It's just kind of like flat farmland everywhere instead of being able to see like various places, towns, cities, centers, open fires, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's this. So from when I'm from, we were under attack. There was this elven sorceress. She thought the whole island was hers, and she was just trying to kill everyone and everything on it until she could claim it as her own. And the reason that I was sent here is because we've been fighting her, and we thought that the wizard that was in this tower, Dandrin, we suspected he might be working with her, and I was sent here to figure that out. And oh yeah, I found the two of them together doing something. I'm not exactly sure what. And that's when I was discovered. But at the time, there's so many more people. There's so many more towns and cities. I wonder if she won.
And she just kind of looks out into the middle distance, like trying to remember all of her people.
So this used to be a bustling land, huh? Interesting.
Absolutely.
I start kind of engaging in a talk about technology. Is the place that she came from centuries old in terms of technology, or did they use kind of the same stuff we did?
Sort of the same stuff. There hasn't been a lot of technological improvement in the centuries over time. The world is sort of stuck in a...
I'm not from steampunk world. Come on.
No, you're not from super steampunk world where you've got a mecha dragon you ride around in.
No,
Although that is a different campaign that we should play.
Absolutely.
So what? Can you tell me what if it's been this long? You guys have been here. What is the recent history of this place? What has happened? Who is here?
Hobgoblins and undead dragons.
Yeah, there's some people who kind of look like you.
The Draconians?
Yeah. Do you remember those people? I describe them as best I can.
I mean, he's making like general descriptions of dragon-born type people, but with wings instead of without wings. And clearly exaggerating features that you don't have.
No, no, absolutely not. And we wouldn't be beholden to an undead monstrosity like that.
Yes, this island is mostly just a wasteland of ruined cities and lots of monsters.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's quite profitable, actually.
Is that why you're here, for profit?
Well, and the honor.
The
We're
honor
here to
of
save
profit?
the world, because whatever doomed this island is going to doom the world. But right now we have to save ourselves before this. I look outside and see if the barrier has moved at all.
Nope, the barrier's in place. The mist seems to be moving upward and getting thicker towards the top. Yeah.
Do you think we might need to get out before that fills up? Is more mist coming in? It seems to be getting thicker. Should we get out before it fills up the whole shape?
It's just, I have no idea what is happening, but, gases float to the top. That's probably all that's happening.
But could it, is there a limit to how much can go up to the top, and then would it fill up the bits below? Would we be...
No, silly, it just means the bottom is safe for now.
Right, but for now, are we on a time limit?
No,
should
gas
we
does
run?
not fall down. It just goes up.
So,
But is there more being made? Where is the gas coming from?
So, is the gas dissipating near the bottom now?
you're sitting and watching and waiting because this barrier is miles high, right? It reaches way up into the sky, and it's at least 150 miles from one end to the other. That long gray line is 150 miles or so. So it's going to take you a little time to judge.
Sure, I mean,
what's
we
going
have
on.
that magical spyglass, which lets us
Yes.
gauge distance really well.
Yeah. So as you're watching and and debating back and forth how the mists are moving, you see careening towards this tower in the sky a half skeletal brass dragon.
He's back.
The head and forward, the head and neck is all just bone. The flesh has clearly been melted or burned or rotted away or something, and the back of it, from like the shoulders on down, is just kind of like falling apart flesh.
Neil, would you say this dragon is within 600 feet?
Not yet, but it will be at some point within 600 feet because it is coming right for you, and you may
All right.
immediately take a shot upon reaching
All right,
600
let me know.
feet.
Centaur crap, what is that?
That's an undead dragon. I think we've already killed this one, Devo.
I wonder if we can just hide. Maybe it doesn't know we're here. Probably
I
not.
think we should take some shots first and not lose this advantage, and then we can hide in the tower.
Is it
That
definitely
sounds
heading?
okay.
Like, is it beelining in our direction? Is that?
It has changed course from what it was originally doing and is now heading in the direction of your tower.
Is it possible that this dragon might know more about what's going on? Is it possible this dragon is responsible for what's going on? You said
Well,
you
last time we ran into it, it attacked us right away.
And it told us it knew nothing.
Yes, and it said we tried to parlay, and it said it would if it could. So I imagine it's not really its choice at this point.
It would what if it could? It would talk if it could?
Parlay, yes.
Well, beasts of an undead nature, I have ways of making them talk. But
Shall we, perhaps weaken it first? I'd hate to give up on this tactical advantage of it being 600 feet away.
well,
Yes, absolutely. Fire
If you-
away, Quincy.
if you shoot it
Alright.
at first, it's going to be harder to talk to it. But hey, if you want to shoot
Unless
it,
we
it'll-
defeat it nearly, and then it's going to either talk or die, re-die.
By the way,
Try
Quincy,
again.
I will help you out when it gets to 120 feet. I duck in the tower.
Excellent. Let me know when it's 600 feet out, Neil.
Okay. Anyone want to position themselves in any other ways before we get started?
I will go like right here because I want to be able to quickly jump inside.
Sure.
once
And these doors are open. I don't know. I can't make them look open. I can just rotate them. So they're
never
open doors.
Okay, sure. It's a revolving door. It's like the
Yeah. It's
I'm going to do a intelligence general thing of, do I think this stone holds up against dragon breath?
give me a Arcana check, intelligence check, something like that.
Nature, Arcana.
Let's go Arcana because dragons are magical creatures or semi-magical creatures.
Okay.
Certainly, it could hold up to one blast, but if a dragon were to sit out there for a year, it would probably destroy the tower. So it'll give you cover until it breaks through eventually, which it can do, but it'll probably take a while.
Got it. What do I think about being able to fire out the windows? Period.
Oh, hells yeah.
Great.
Oh wait, are there windows on the base floor?
Not on the base floor. On the second through...
Are there like open windows though?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Then what is there like? Is it coming from a direction where I could shoot at it from the windows?
The dragon is coming from the southeast, and the windows will face every direction, so yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go up there instead. I don't need to shoot at it from outside.
I would prefer if we would all stay together because if I can't see you, I cannot heal you. And
Good idea.
then
Let's
come
go to
upstairs
the
for
top
now.
floor.
yeah,
Yes.
I
As we
just
start
met
running
you.
up the
I would
top
like
floor.
to not bury you.
It's very, very nice.
To the top.
Yep, and we go up.
All right.
I will follow them wherever they go.
You guys head up the tower to one of the upper floors. Not the upper floors where the ghost child was, because those towers are
Is that where it's all
blocked.
like silver plated or something?
Yeah, and there's some sort of like transparent stone or something that blocks the windows. You head up to floors 2, 3, 4, I believe it is.
Okay, so maybe just not the library floor.
You know, if we
whichever
get a
one's
really
not
big pinch, maybe the top floors will save us from the breath since it's shielded or something.
possible, but what if it breaks the floors below and then our tower goes crumbling down?
That's good news because I have prepared Featherfall. I mean, that would be okay. Not great, but okay.
All right. So the dragon begins to approach. At some point, it comes within 600 feet, and Quincy,
All right.
it is time to do what you do
18
best.
for the first shot.
Let me see. Our young bronze dragon has AC 18.
Perfect. It takes 19 points of damage from the first shot. Second shot, I'm going to go and add a d8 to that. So that's going to be a hit, and it's going to take another 20 points of damage.
Okay, then everybody.
And then how far does it cover in a round?
Hold on, just subtract 20 from its hit points already.
You crit on a 19 by chance, Quincy?
No, that's champion. I'm a battle master.
Okay. Today's portent has given us a 19 and a 9.
Okay.
Okay. 39 damage total. And the dragon can fly 80 and then dash another 80. So it can close 160 feet.
So I'll get at least one more round before it's in range.
Yeah, you're firing from 600, right?
Yeah, so,
So
yeah. even
160.
further,
So you get 1, 2, 3. You get 3 more volleys of fire at the dragon.
So 3 more rounds, you said?
3 more rounds, yes.
So that's 6 shots.
Yes.
Okay. An 11, I'm not going to bother with that. A 17, I'll go and add another D8. Or it's automatically going to hit with the D8. I won't bother rolling it.
Yeah.
Another 18 points of damage.
Oh my god.
15, I'll add a D8 to that. Why not?
As
Got 2 more for the day.
as
That's going to hit.
as this dragon's getting closer, I'd like to do something before it arrives.
Please do.
During one of these rounds, before it's within 60 feet, I would like
3.
to cast heroism.
Okay, so that was 3.
And I guess the archer is busy, so I'll just reach over and touch the gnome and say, "Be brave." And so heroism until the spell ends, which is 1 minute. Creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier, which is 3 at the start of each turn. And so you get 3 temporary hit points, and you are immune to being frightened.
Ooh, that's very
Because I'm
nice.
assuming I would know a little bit about dragons.
Yes.
As Dragonborn, speaking
Yes.
Draconic, and know being frightened sucks. So
Yes.
you are
Okay.
immune.
So 3 temporary hit points every round. Great.
3 temporary hit points at the beginning of every round.
When it comes to 120 feet, I'm going to actually when it goes to let me check my math here. Fireball's range is
pretty massive, if I remember correctly.
150, and then the radius is 20. So when it comes within 170, I'll shoot off a fireball.
Okay.
Right.
How many
Right, so that
attacks
was
have you
3
made so
shots.
far?
Here's 4. That's a miss. 5.
1, 2,
That's a miss. I'm just going to do a normal shot for the last one.
5.
That's a hit.
Is that 1 too many shots? 1, 2, 3,
No, it's 6.
4, 5, 6.
6
I'm
of the
counting
extra.
8 total.
Because of the first round. Oh, so actually subtract. Yeah, get rid of the last 2 rolls.
Yeah.
It was 6 total is what I rolled, right?
Okay, yeah, and this is the
Okay.
point.
I thought
it
it was
will
6
be at the start of this round. It is 120 feet from you guys.
Okay.
Could I
I'm
use
gonna-
the fireball while it came into range? That was my ready to action.
Yes, go ahead and throw a fireball.
All right. Roll a dexterity saving throw for the dragon, and then here's my damage for a fireball. Yikes.
Oh my god. Well, at least it didn't save.
It definitely did not save. Really? Oh, hold on. It has a +3, but still, that's 5. That's nothing. Okay, you hit the dragon. It takes 19 burning damage,
That was
and
incredible.
it is almost dead already before it's even had a chance to get to the tower.
Would you like to parlay? And then Quincy will get behind cover.
Wow. All right, well, let's roll initiative then,
All
as
right.
today's encounter is already over.
I have to select them. Is that correct? No, it doesn't add it correctly, so I need to redo my initiative. Plus 9.18, so add another 5.18. Oh,
Yeah, it did mine correctly.
there we go.
Okay. You are at 9.1. Fantastic. Okay. So the dragon goes first, thankfully. And I'm just going to use this map because it has room for a dragon on it. And we just know that you guys are many stories up. Specifically, the second floor was the kitchen, the third floor was the bedroom, the fourth floor the library, the fifth floor the study, and then it's like haunted girls' rooms from there up.
Right.
So which room did you want to be in?
The study, I guess. I
Study.
would probably not set up in the library because I don't want all the books to burn because I know Diva was interested in them.
Right. So study is the fifth floor, I believe.
What's the lowest? The lowest one is the library?
Kitchen, bedroom, library, study, I think.
Okay. Is the
Was
kitchen
study
an open
The
window?
one that could be shot out of?
Yeah, which ones of those can be shot from?
All of them.
Oh, then let's just do the kitchen.
Okay, so you're just on the second floor.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So the dragon will cruise 80 feet towards you, giving it exactly 120 feet from the window, which means it could shoot just Quincy with its lightning breath if it wanted. or it could close the rest of the distance. You know what, Quincy? The dragon is going to take a personal lightning breath shot at exactly you. Now you're in a tower.
Is that
and
a
it's
dex
not like
save?
arrow loops because it's like wizard tower. It is a dex save, but I'm still going to give you advantage on your save because like
Got it.
there are walls and stuff.
Right. So that's a 23. I imagine I do save.
Okay, you save. You will take half of. Yes. You will take half of 47
That's not that bad.
as the wall kind of that you take cover behind gets blasted by lightning, scattering rocks throughout the room that pepper your body.
Well, I guess it does not want to parlay.
It seemingly does not want to parlay. It is your turn.
Minus 23. There we go. I like how you can just put minus in for the HP counter and it'll do the math for you.
That is lovely.
Yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and take 2 more shots at it. Wait, can I see its health bar from here? Possibly? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's taking a good amount of damage, but it's not that close to dead, so I'm gonna go ahead and fire.
Your first shot will be a 19.
Okay, that's a hit then.
Perfect.
15 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Second shot will be an 8. That's not gonna do anything. And then I'm gonna move behind like a wall to get cover.
Excellent.
So I should not take another lightning breath attack.
Solandis.
I'm going to move up so that I am in front of my new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Are we considering the door, the window on this? Is
Sure.
That...
Yeah, that'll
All right.
work.
Okay. So that I'm kind of in the way if this dragon decides to go after either of us. And I will reach out and touch Quincy and cast Cure Wounds is I think the touch one that does more. Yes, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds. And so first let me do that. And so Quincy's gonna get back 4. Not amazing. But because I have cast a spell of first level or higher, the ally that I cast it on can use their reaction to make a weapon attack against a target of my choice, which would be the dragon. So I kind of grab your shoulder and I give you a little bit of healing and I say, shoot it again.
All right, I take another shot. I'm gonna do a normal longbow attack, so I wanna make sure I hit. Yeah.
25.
Takes another 8 points of damage.
Lovely. The dragon is not doing so well. Its HP bar, for those of you that can see, is getting quite low.
Yep.
Devo.
And otherwise,
Oh, go
yeah, I'm
ahead.
just going to take up like a defensive posture in front of the two of them, shield out, ready to be a bulwark.
Okay, I'm casting Magic Missile at level 3, which means it's 5 darts. For 18 damage.
Ho, 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 ho. The dragon is barely alive. So it was once just like skeletal head and neck and fleshy body, right? At this point, the fireball has removed the rest of the flesh down to like the section where the wings come out. One of the wings is badly broken and just kind of hanging at a weird angle, and the dragon is careening slightly to the side, like it's lost its flight controls.
I think before the next round starts, where Quincy's continuing shouting, "Would you like to surrender and parlay now?"
You give your surrender and parlay shout. The dragon comes to a landing on the ground before the tower. Walks forward a little bit, kind of hobbling. One of the legs collapses underneath it, so the dragon tips to the side. And this time it just turns its breath weapon up in the air and fires out a bolt of lightning straight towards the sky, accompanied by a terrific dragon roar.
Okay.
Quincy.
I think I'm going to be shooting it then. So I'll just take some shots here. 24 is a hit. It takes 12 points of damage.
And
Is it still standing?
dies. No.
All right. I am
I
honor.
need to get away right now. I'm running to the bottom of the tower.
Wait, what? Why are we running?
We are getting out of here right now.
right. Sounds
I
good
go
to
out
me.
the door.
Yep, and I'm following Devo.
All right.
I will follow them, but are they heading towards the dragon as we head outside? Are you guys?
That's the only way. There's a dead dragon, a re-dead dragon. It's died at least
Dead
3
again.
times.
Yeah.
And it's
Is that the same one that we fought last time?
Oh, definitely, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I couldn't remember if it was brass or bronze.
I might have gotten it mixed up the second time when I told you, but brass and bronze are really hard to differentiate for those of us that don't work with metal every day. So
can I, as we run outside, can I take a moment with this dragon and try to figure out, is it really dead? Is it undead? Is it like...
Oh yeah. You take the sight at it, and clearly from like its wings forward, it's just bone. There's no flesh, there's no nerves, there's no muscles. It's just like dragon skeleton head, fairly intact, surprisingly intact. And then the rest of the body, the lower half, the back half, is like rotting as if someone dug it out of a grave, like, and it's partially decomposed. It was very clearly dead before you guys just killed it.
Can you tell us about the location of this tower and this isn't like taking time from, you know, the massive escaping that's going on right now?
Of course.
Why are we? The dragon is.
It was calling for its friends. Let's get out of here.
Well, you've killed this before and it has come back?
This is the young one. It called for its mother. Let's get out of here.
All right. Yep. Let's go.
Okay. So
and we start to leave.
Oops. Looking
I'll
at
my new companions.
Looking at the map. As soon as it loads, you guys are where Quincy is on this map. That's the location of the tower. In fact, I'll mark it in a bright purple. It is right over here.
So we're on a mountain?
You're on a mountain peak-ish area, yeah.
Is there, are there locations to hide? Is it forested?
It is a switchback path down the mountain. There's a small forest at the base of it. That's where you guys were attacked by.
Are there any like caves on the way down? Any like openings in the mountainside?
Probably. You haven't looked specifically for caves? Yeah, you've all been up this mountain before. Some of you more than once. There are going to be, there's probably some cover on the mountainside. You know, if you see something coming, you should be able to, if not immediately hop into cover, then like run down the mountain a little bit and hop into cover or hide behind some small amounts. It's a untamed wilderness, so there's definitely things about. Does that answer your question, Trump?
Yeah, how high are we up?
I want to say like 6,000 feet.
Oh wow, we climbed. We really climbed a mountain.
Yeah, maybe a little less than 6, but yeah, that ballpark, about a mile of elevation.
What do you think, Quincy? Do we get caught out in the open, or do we make our stand in this tower?
Should we go into a natural cave or hide in the forest? Seems like that would provide some good cover while allowing us to make forward progress.
Where are we? Where are you going? What is such a hurry?
Anywhere except here. I guess we'll take our chances outside. I guess we'll just start heading down the mountain.
I would like to get out of this trapezoid if at all possible, and Quincy will follow after Devo.
Okay.
So you mentioned that the fog was rising. Do we see this fog as we're running down this mountain?
Yeah, it just sort of is darkening into, or gathering into dark clouds up in the center of this trapezoidal area.
Is it like getting thicker up top?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Okay.
Did you say the center only? Like,
well,
is the top point?
Yeah, so it is. We can do this better, Neil. There is a better way. We can just make 2 trapezoids identical and then shrink one down.
Geometry.
Yeah. So it looks something like this, with a center flat area, probably right about here, over the whole of everything. So that way you've got like lines that would connect this.
So is the part where it's darkening just in that top part?
Yeah, it seems like the fog or the mist or whatever is collecting in the top section over here.
Are there any notable landmarks that we know of that are in the center of that area?
Ruin is over here. These are Hagatha's. That's the forest that Hagatha's been living in. That's sort of in the zone. And other than that, this is just like open grasslands, which Solandus would know used to be like open farmland. Like this all used to be farmlands and pastures and fields, and and it's all gone. It's just open grassland now, as if your people were never here.
But there was no urban center. There was nothing. There was not a temple. There wasn't anything of note that used to be there, except for people.
Except for people and buildings and like general life buildings. There was nothing big or impressive or famous. There might have been like a tomb or something, or a mine in these mountains, perhaps.
Okay.
Nothing that would really stand out to you as special.
I seem to remember Dandrin had multiple towers. Is that true?
He did, yeah.
Do I know where the other towers are?
Yes, part of your investigation into him would have disclosed some other tower locations. There was one somewhere to the far north. I think it's over here. If I can ping that spot for you. It's a terrible color. Let's turn this into something bright and purple or pink. There you go. Far up here to the north. There was one there.
Okay.
There was...
Well, that might have already answered my question. I was wondering if they were all inside of this geometric shape of
Nope.
craziness and fog. Okay.
There's probably one over here somewhere, and I think there was another one over here.
All in the mountains, but all the rest of them outside. Okay.
Yeah.
Was the cave that we killed the brass dragon in outside of the trapezoid's barrier?
It was right over here.
Okay, so it's inside of it.
Yeah. More time for checks. They didn't see it. Right over here. Okay, so you guys are heading down the mountain, hoping to escape whatever the dragon might have been calling with that last lightning shot into the sky.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we will go to our first break. And when we come back from our break, we will get our bearings and figure out where we are going and what we are running from and what the hell this is in the sky, maybe, hopefully. See you guys soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes Graveyard. So, you're heading down the mountain. You're talking about this mist, this fog. It's kind of coalescing into these dark clouds in the upper trapezoid area.
Yep, I slowed down for a moment while we were running in order to resummon my familiar, which is a hawk. And then I instruct it, look towards the skies.
Don't you need that brazier to summon it?
No, that's only if it has died. So to undismiss it, to dismiss it, and then to re-get it from dismissal is just one action.
Okay. Then it's fine. You have it. It's back.
And while we're doing this, I'd like to use my my second wind.
That is apparently fine as well. Yep.
Do we want to take a short rest right here? I mean,
We don't have time! Quick, down the mountain!
All right, I'm following Devo. He was right about you being a dragonborn, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here.
You're my new friends now, so lead on, new friends.
All right. You guys can hurry on down the mountain. It'll take you many hours to do so, but that's okay. Going downhill is way easier than going uphill. And eventually you merge at that kind of boggy forest at the base of the mountain. You fought some monsters here, including a... what is the shambling mound? That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
The bush thing.
The bush
The
thing.
Marlborough, Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the Marlborough man. Very different.
Yeah.
both of them poisonous, though.
That is true. Very perceptive. And here you are at the base of the mountains, maybe 2/3 of the way through the day.
Sure. Should we rest here, Devo? I'm not exactly sure where else we can go in a hurry.
Yeah, this looks probably far enough away from that signal that the dragon sent.
Sure. Did your familiar see anything?
No.
Are we
I think-
trying to get somewhere in specific?
Away from that place, which we managed to do.
Well, we can
So
keep
now I
going
guess
away. We can just go away in a specific direction towards something else.
Well, we may want to see what's in the middle of this trapezoid here. Has it shrunk down further?
Mm-mm.
Looks
Is-
like
is
it's been staying in this general form now.
We
It's
could head
mist.
to the trapezoid, or we could leave the trapezoid. Which one sounds better to you?
Well, either way, we would need to examine it to know if it's even possible to leave, which would mean going to an edge.
Yes, the good news is we don't have to be in the center of the trapezoid to investigate it because of our magical spyglass. You should keep it on you since you probably have better vision than I do.
I can't see in the dark. Can you?
I cannot.
I don't think so.
Huh.
Oh no, I can. Well, never mind. I forgot you silly humans can't see in the dark. I guess I'll use it when we're not in the day.
All
We
right.
should hide in the forest though for now.
Yes. Aren't you a diviner, Devo? Can you not divine the nature of this fog? Has Gwyn's portal not told you anything?
This one's as big a surprise as everyone else, but this one's a big surprise, but I know that it carries around some doom.
You are a diviner. You see the future.
That's correct. And while sometimes the vision isn't clear, like all I knew was that there was a friendly dragon coming my way. Well, hopefully it wasn't that one that we just killed. It was one of you two, probably. Anyways, where was I?
I can vouch that I am friendly, but I am not a dragon. That was a dragon, but we do not know
Wait
if it
a
was
second,
friendly.
did I get the vision wrong? Well, let's ignore that. It was I'm probably right here. So we should just rest here and we'll be good. We'll start with a short rest, then we'll long rest, then I guess we'll keep an eye on this center and maybe try out a wall of this trapezoid.
Sure. So we do a short rest.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and spend a hit die after it.
I'll spyglass the center of the trapezoid, see if anything is forming, and then the top to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll stand guard. I'm gonna just keep an eye out while the two of them are healing and spying.
Okay. So with the spyglass, you look up towards the center top of the trapezoid force field thingy that's gathering, and the mist that's gathering up there looks just to be like clouds forming at the top of it, actually, like slowly growing storm clouds near the top. And once they've sort of reached, they're starting to spread and kind of come down the angles, but they're coming down the sides and not so much filling in the middle. So it's like filled up and now it's spreading down, but not, like just spreading on the sides, kind of like it's covering the surface area of the inside of the trapezoid, but the top still has thickish clouds in it.
Perhaps we should leave before the long rest. This might be an opportunity to get out before the fog blocks our escape.
It's not like it's closing in on us.
No, but if perhaps the fog will stop us from going through the wall if it reaches the ground before we do.
We don't really need to go there. I think our next stop should be Ruin.
Very
Do
well.
we see the source of the fog?
No, it just looks like mist or vapor in the atmosphere is just kind of coalescing.
Okay.
If there is a town nearby, then yes, I would like to see what is left of any of my people of this. Maybe there's somebody that you know that knows more about what's going on. It would be good to see if anything has survived of my people.
Great. Well, Ruin's next then. I'm sure that feisty gnome would love to get a look at you.
Okay. Devo, can I get a perception check from you, or more appropriately from your familiar?
Hawk.
Yes.
Yep. Let me look up what the Hawk perception check was again. 5e Hawk. Perception, advantage, and +4. Okay. +22.
Excellent. Your hawk spots in the distance a half-orc looking, Torlak looking feller walking by himself across the open plain. He's got many hours head start on you, but your hawk has vision out pretty far. And so you can see that Torlak is maybe already over here by now. Maybe not that far, but it's like over in this way.
Oh. Well, I'm afraid we perhaps will not get a long rest today. We need to chase down Torlak, don't we?
Seen your friend?
Yes.
Do you know where he is?
I think he's being drawn to the center.
How did he look?
Hawk, how's he look? Might be hard to see it from.
Looks like he's walking, trudging along. Do 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 do.
Singing a jaunty tune.
Doesn't look like his flesh is falling off. He's not turning into a skeleton.
No, seems fine.
Would there be a reason why your friend would abandon you so?
Not that I know of. Torlak's one of the most loyal people that I know, so this is.
Agreed. Well, there was that one time that he wandered off before the siege, and he came back from Hagatha's, I think?
Oh, right.
He could be headed back there.
That's not quite the right angle, I think. Maybe.
It is also possible maybe your friend has seen something about what is going on with this shape and this fog. So we should definitely track him down.
Yep.
Yes, let's start making progress, I suppose. Are you sure you don't want to make a long rest, Devo?
Well, we can't let Torlak just be left out there, right? Well, we can still see him.
Very
should
well.
follow him.
As long as you're comfortable with it.
Did we take a short rest though?
You have taken a short rest, yes.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if you'd want to do some hit dice or something, or I could drop
I did
it.
do one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Lead
I'll
on, I
recover
follow.
3rd level spell during that short rest.
Okay. Where are you going to go? You just going to follow Torlak?
Yeah, I kind of try and chase
Yep.
him down, I guess.
Are we only seeing him because of an angle due to being higher up, or can
No,
we see him?
the hawk is seeing him because it's flying. Yeah, you guys
Okay.
can't see him from the ground. Even if you were to use a spyglass, the terrain is uneven enough that at some point it rises more than 8 feet in front of you and blocks his view.
So the rate at which he's traveling, would we qualify that as fast as he can go, or?
Torlak is moving at full speed.
He's
Okay.
power walking.
Yes.
He's mall walking. Super hardcore mall walking.
Yes.
Are you sure we can catch up to him, Devo? You're not exactly the most long-legged person I've ever met.
Right. I'm gonna need you to carry me then.
I have you, my friend, and I'll reach down a clawed hand. How much do you weigh?
Yeah, I was about to ask, what's your strength?
Oh, my strength is 16.
Oh, so you're better off than I am, probably.
Not only is my strength 16, but I'm like 6.5 feet tall.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But you're carrying a lot of gear, right? You've got plate mail on and stuff like that. That's got to be pretty heavy.
Yeah, but you know.
So
that just
gnomes
gives it a
average
good-
40 pounds, and my gear is 30 pounds. So
Yeah, my
70.
armor is heavier than he is. I can.
Okay.
If you
If you will allow, I would be happy to carry you. My
Oh,
name's-
please do.
Yeah, I'll set him on top of my shoulders. Yeah, I'm 6'4" and 230 pounds, and I got +3 to my strength. So, I mean, unless we
Yeah.
plan on jogging all night, I think I'll be okay.
I think you'll probably be fine. I'm just double checking.
240
some of
for
your
max carry of the Dragonborn.
things. Yeah. You have a hunting trap that weighs 125 pounds. How much does a sensor weigh? Is that a
Where's my
heavy?
hunting trap? I will drop the hunting trap and take the gnome.
The hunting
Okay.
trap is 125.
No, I'm sorry. 25 pounds. Did I say 125? It's just
You said
25.
100. I'm like,
I'm
guys,
clearly
I have
mis-
a bear trap and a bear. I've got a bear holding on my back.
Sure, this should be fine. This should be fine. You can carry him.
Hold on tight, and Quincy and I will start jogging.
Yep.
Okay. You guys start jogging, and you do your best to at least make pace with Torlak, or hopefully to catch up with him. And eventually, the sun will set, and it will be nighttime.
I'm
you
gonna
still
cast light on my shield as soon as it gets too dark for me to see.
fantastic. And the question is, are you going to try and press on through the night, or are you going to like stop and have a rest because you've been hiking all day and carrying a gnome with you while you do it?
Devo, is Torlak stopping for a rest?
Is he?
Does the hawk have dark vision, like
No.
many mile dark vision? No. Then when the sun goes down, you lose sight of Torlak.
We can keep going, but it will be dangerous at night. And while we can see
Yes.
with my shield, we will be a beacon. It might not be prudent to keep going, even.
Yes, I think camping might be in our best interest here.
Let's see. How far away is our position to the center of the trapezoid?
You guys are. Let's see. This is 150 miles.